Gun people? Moki's out here lounging. Boys are out there lounging. I'm going to do a crazy cop story. I cut that tree down. Moki used to like to jump up there, so I went ahead and cut the grass today and cut that tree down. And hey, Dad's going to do a crazy cop story. You want to come in the garage with Dad? Come on. Dad's going to go in the garage so it won't be too loud out here. We've been supposed to get rain all day. The wind's picking up. I thought it was getting kind of cloudy. That's why I just cut the grass like 10 minutes ago. I just got out of the shower. Cut the grass, cut that tree down, fixed a couple things. Going in the dark here. Hang on, I'll turn on the light. Alright, we got some light in here. The hell else I've been doing in here? Shit, I did a couple projects. Hey, just, I ain't getting no cut from these or nothing, but if you want a good little, these little die-hard battery tenders are the best ones I found. I had the cheap, I got one on that motorcycle and I got one on this one on my Harley. Yeah, there it is. But the other ones that I used, I think my neighbor gave it to me because he didn't want it, probably because it didn't work. No, it worked. It just doesn't work as good. Let me see what kind that is. Hell, I don't even know what kind that is. Anybody can see that? Shit, I don't know what the hell that is. Somebody's like, put it on there, maybe we can read it. I don't know what the hell it is. This thing's a piece of junk. It's heavy. It's really heavy. And when you buy it, it doesn't come with these things. When you buy the die-hard one from Sears, they sell it on Amazon, 25 bucks. You get these little connectors. So if you got a battery, you can clip it on. I got two of them for my two diehards. I just ordered me another one because I got tired of using that one. I tried to charge up the golf cart last night with that one, and it didn't work. But, you know, I got this extra battery here that came out of my other truck, and it's still a good battery. So I just clip those clips on there every once in a while and keep that one charged. But anyway, somebody's going to be complaining. You said it was going to be a crazy cop story. You're just, shut up, you big crazy dummies. All right, so, let me see. Shit, I forgot to turn the thing around. Got my come and take it iced tea. I can't tell you what kind. The guys will laugh at me. It's peach. I like, it's, what's that called? It's the sugar-free stuff that comes in the powder. I can't think of it. It looks like it's pointed a little down. I need to raise this up just a little bit. And hopefully you can hear. All right, I'm in there. So, which one am I going to do? Because I got a couple. I was talking to my buddy about that, what's that Connecticut cop. I think it was Connecticut. The guy that went off. You had to be an American! Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to do a follow-up because his... Oh, there's Moki. Hi, Moki Moke! How come you come say hi to YouTubies? He must have came in his little door. I didn't hear him. Maybe he'll come see me. Moki, when you're done eating, come say hi. So, I'm going to do a follow-up. His colonel got on there and made this big excuse about it's the coronavirus that stressed him out, and that's why he went off on that dude. I'm like, you can't even admit your cop is wrong when he does that? You got an excuse? So I'll do a follow-up video on Dr. Excuse there. So while I was talking about that, I was talking to my buddies, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to think of the worst thing I did. I mean, every cop kind of gets in somebody's face and says, just shut the hell up. And sometimes you lose it, and you tell them just to shut up. But look, this dude went way overboard. I know a lot of people think, oh, that cop just had a bad day. We should feel sorry for him. He's doing such a tough job. He's getting paid good money. He didn't have to take any time off. He's not worried about losing his freaking job, and his only job is to go out there and harass people and take money from them. And you want me to feel sorry for him? Yeah, you can leave too. Go ahead, cry and whine and unsubscribe. You doesn't agree with me, I'm leaving. Look, digress. Anyway, so I'm tired of that. I'm trying to think of the worst thing I did. And I know a couple people were pissed at me for sticking my gun in that one guy's ear. We were fighting for the gun. Told him I don't know if I stuck it in his ear or his neck. Told him I could blow his head off or something. A few people thought that was over the line. Hell, my partner thought it was over the line. He got scared. But anyway, I digress. So I was trying to think of the worst thing. Some people may think that's the worst thing. I think the worst thing I did is there was a dude that was being a super jerk when I was in the Air Force in Ohio. And we had arrested him, and he was on drugs and being a pain, and he was sitting back leaning on a chair, talking smack, doing that. And I kept telling him, dude, you're going to break the chair legs, quit leaning back on the chair. And he was just being a jerk and talking shit. And I said, dude, I went over there and he was leaning back, and I kicked the chair leg to tell him to knock it off, and the chair went boop, and he went straight on his back. Now, the other cop that was there thought it was cool, but I was kind of like, damn, I didn't mean to do that to you. But I think that's probably the worst. If that was on video, people would probably be like, he abused him! Whatever. I mean, shit. Hell, when was I in Ohio? That was back in 82. I mean, shit, 83, 84 maybe. So anyway, so let's see this. This is a crazy cop story back in here. Moki, come here. Come on. Well, come on. It's like, Dad, I'm eating. It's hard for me to video. You guys, he's sitting there staring at me. Let me go grab his ass. You can't stare at Dad while he's doing a video. Everybody's like, what are you looking at? And I'm looking at you because I'm staring at you. There ain't no sense in that. Say hi to YouTubies. You say hi to YouTubies. There ain't no sense in that. Being a crazy cat. I know. Come on up here and scratch. Do your little scratching thing. Come on, let's paw. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. Alright, so I'm what did I do in the Air Force? My crazy crop story. I can't freaking believe it. I just forgot it. What the hell was that story? Oh my God, I can't believe I just forgot it. I might have to do the other one because I remember the other one. Holy smokes. See, that's what sucks when you get old. Shit just goes away. So, I don't know what that, I've completely forgotten. So I guess I'll do the Vallejo one that I kind of, I don't like talking about the blood and the gore cop work because it's almost, guys that have seen it and been in it don't really want to talk about it. The guys that run around and talk about it all the time, they probably didn't see it a lot, and talking about it, I don't know, maybe makes them feel good or whatever, but I just don't like talking about the blood and gore and stuff. So in Vallejo, we got a report of, I don't remember if it was shots fired or a drug deal gone bad or a gang shooting, some sort of shooting to where multiple cops showed up. And by the time we got there, we were kind of across town. I don't know if we were on another call or just cleared, but we were kind of out of position. So it took us a while to get there. We weren't primary, we were just going because there was shots fired and we don't know how many cops you need, or they're still there, or we got to chase, got to set up perimeter, so you want a lot of cops coming. So we show up to this call, and because it was so long ago, and I asked my partner who was with me on this call, and he can't remember how it ended either. But, this is going to make cops look bad. So, all you guys will be like, and he's cracking on the guy that yelled at the dude, and he did that? Alright, whatever. If you come here and start calling me names and being an ass because I'm being honest, I'm just going to block your ass. So go ahead and make your shitty comment. So we get this call and it comes out, it's like they're stable, suspects have departed, and it's either a doubles homicide or two bodies with one that's about to go. It's going to be three. It's going to turn into three if this one dies or whatever. So a lot of cops were coming, and when me and my partner got there, we walk in this house, and I'm going to say there was, I see this house, fireplace, I see it perfectly. And when we walked in the front door, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 cops there. So remember, we're going to be like 8 or 9 cops there. But there's 6 or 7 cops there, and when we walk in the door, I mean, the 2 bodies were like, they're dead. They're in the there's a living room floor, there was a little coffee table right here. Body was here and one was here. And there was brain matter on the wall, and there was brain matter on the ground. I mean, both of them got shot in the head at least a couple times, and they were shot in the body a few times. So I want to say it was a gang retaliation or drug deal gang retaliation, something. It wasn't just like a domestic or somebody got upset. So as soon as I walk in, first thing I see is all the cops and the bodies, and then I glance over to the fireplace, and there's a mantle over the fireplace. And on the mantle is 2 kids. And I mean, I'm telling this story, and I just gotta go. I just can't, even today, I have a hard time believing it. I'm like, there's 7 freaking cops here, and there's 2 kids with their parents, because I think they end up being their parents. Maybe an uncle and I don't know. I thought they were their parents, a male and female. Or maybe it was 2 males and the female's the one that was almost going to make it or whatever. It's a little bit, I mean, it was a long time ago, and when you go to all these calls, you kind of forget them. And I didn't really, I didn't do a report or have to testify on this case, so it wasn't jogged in memory. But what sticks in my mind is I see all these cops here, and I see these 2 kids sitting on the mantle. And one, I'm going to say, is probably, it's got to be younger than a year. I got to say 6, 8. I don't know if a kid can sit up 6 or 8 months. I'm not good with kids' ages. But, hell, I don't know. I mean, it's bigger than Moki, but it was sitting on the ledge with his legs hanging, and, I mean, his legs weren't much longer than the mantle that it was sitting on. And this was a high doctor neighborhood, and both of these people were enrolled in doctor school. So one kid is here, and the other kid is here, and he's a little bit older. I want to say he's probably 2-ish. I don't know if he could talk. He's got to be about 2 to 3 is what I'll say his age was. And I could be way off. Again, I asked my partner when I was talking to him, my partner up in Utah now, and he's, man, I don't remember. He goes, I kind of remember the call, but he goes, I don't remember how it ended or what the hell happened. And I was like, because it's kind of blurry, because when I first got in, I go, dude, man, we got to get I mean, both kids, these are small kids sitting high on a mantle with nobody around them, and their parents are dead, and there's blood matter. So they were there doing the shooting. They watched their parents get their head blown off. They watched their parents die. They watched the suspect leave, and they watched all these cops come in with guns and clear the place. And in my mind, I was just trying to process, like, why hasn't somebody removed these kids? Why isn't somebody, and you got to be cops know that you don't just walk up on a homicide scene and start doing things, because it's crime scene. The primary unit has it until the detectives show up, and you don't want to be messing around with somebody's call. You don't know if they took pictures yet. You move a kid, you put butt prints on them. So I don't know what the thought process was for not removing these kids. And I'm going to say that we got there within, I'm going to say 2 to 5 minutes of the call, which is kind of a long time for shooting in a city where you got quite a few cops. Usually when there's a shooting, cops are there within 30 seconds to a minute or 2. I mean, there's a lot of shootings and a lot of cops in Vallejo, so you get there pretty quick, because the cops usually hang out in shit areas, because that's where all the activity is. And we never go to the nice areas. Hell, I don't even know if there is a couple nice areas in Vallejo, but I never went to them because there's never any calls up there. So the kids are up on the mantle, the parents are dead, and all these cops are there, and me and my partner come walking in, and we're like, damn, that one's dead, that one's dead, that one's probably not going to make it. So we're just kind of like, okay, this is a pretty good scene. Somebody messed up. But the cops that deal with this daily, you get desensitized. And it's kind of like, hey, you know what? I can't worry about every drug dealer, every gang, but Rick, what about the children? Hey, children that are born into these homes for the welfare check to get the money, you know what? I can't worry about them all. I'm sorry. You can say I'm cold-blooded, mean, hate. I mean, I did feel bad that kids were up there. I kind of wanted to go grab them. I remember saying to my partner, like, dude, do, man? Shouldn't we like remove the kids or move? He goes, no, man, we don't fuck with anything. I'm like, dude, I don't know about this. And you guys are gonna love this. So now there's 9 cops in this freaking room. The 2-year-old and the 6-month-old still sitting on the mantle. Nobody is standing next to them holding them. Now remember, this is for a video camera. But looking back, I mean, if that little 6-month-old would have fell off and busted his head, the 2-year-old would have jumped off and broken. I mean, there was a lot of things that could have been done. And, you know, there may be some people that say, hey, I think it was the right thing to leave them there. Most people, morally, let's remove the kids from this. I mean, in my gut, I was just like, man, we got to get these kids out of here. What? I mean, they already, but, you know, look, they weren't even crying. Oh, I forgot to say that. The kids weren't even crying. They weren't talking. It wasn't shocking that there were cops in there with guns. Nothing. They were just kind of sitting there observing on the mantle. And I'm kind of like, wow. So, you know, people feel sorry for the man with no shoes, but if you never had shoes, you don't miss them. You know, so, and I remember in the Philippines seeing those kids run around those places in the Philippines. I mean, they were living literally in cardboard huts. They would take cardboard boxes and build little houses, and that's where they lived, out by the shooting range, because we'd go out there and blow off so many rounds, and they would collect the brass and the lead afterwards and make things to sell it. So they lived right out there at the range. All of them barefooted. All of them living in mud and squalor, and their house was a cardboard and trees, and that's how they lived. So, you know, and we would feel bad, and when I go to Korea and these different places, you go overseas, you see this, you're kind of like, damn, man, to live like that. That's why I think vets appreciate America and being an American and our country so much. Because the standard of living and the quality, and even a poor person here lives a whole hell of a lot better than people in other countries. But I digress. So we're back to the kids on the mantle, and the cops are sitting there. And so, all right, here comes the good part, because you guys are going to be like, see, Rick, women cops are good for something. All right, here we go. So we're sitting there, and here comes this woman, and she was actually a pretty good cop. I liked her. So, because she would get down to business. I think she might have been an FTO, and she wasn't afraid to take care of business, but she wasn't the typical female that would escalate and talk shit and jack people up and all that. So, but she comes in, and I mean, it was so funny looking back between a guy and a woman when it comes to maternal instincts and taking care of children. Because she walked in and she didn't give a fuck about the crime scene or the people. She just went off. She walks in and goes, all you motherfuckers are standing, nobody got these kids, nobody can get out of the way. And she fucking storms in and grabs the 2 kids and walks out with them. And all the guys are standing there like, hey, shit, it ain't my kid. I didn't put him up there. I ain't moved. So there's all the smart asses are making comments. But she came in like a fucking rocket and was like, what the fuck, you guys ain't gonna be able to leave the kids up there. Get that kid. She grabbed them both and took them both outside. And I mean, I'm finding that, I'm sure I'm offending some woman up there. See, Rick, you're always picking out women. Look, I'm just telling you, women and men are wired differently. They do things differently, and they respond to things differently, and they have different priorities, and men and women are better at things. Look, I'll be the first to admit it. Every woman out there is better at having kids than me. I'll admit it. I'm just not good at it. Never had one. Never plan on having one. Women are better at it than me. Even if they ain't had one, they're better at it than me. So, but to put a woman in a job just to say it's equal and blah, 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 and then you downgrade the standards and you screw everyone else that has to pick up the slack because she can't do most of the job is BS. But in this limited situation, which a lot of people say all the time, hi Mookie, which a lot of people say all the time, whoever gave me the tip about putting vinegar on that to remove the rust, man, that worked like a champ, thanks. I put that vinegar on there and moved the rust, and then someone else said put wax. Where's the wax I put on there? I I'll put some varnish. What do I do with my wood wax? Oh, here it is. I know I'm off track. I put this on there. On the metal, after I stripped it, I put vinegar on it overnight. I put some paper towels, some vinegar, and it was rusty and stuff. I'll show a picture when I'm done. I forgot where I was at, about women and stuff. But anyway, so she got the women out there, and that's what I was telling my buddy. I was like, man, I thought that was funny as shit when she came in there and just fucking chewed everybody out, told them they were fucking assholes for not telling. She just went off, and she just said, fuck the crime scene. She was stepping over bodies, walking through blood. She didn't give a shit. She grabbed those kids and got out there. And then all the guys standing around, of course, being stupid. Hey, my kid, I didn't put up their shit. My kid, it wouldn't have been here. Parents got shot in front of kids. It's their fault. Talk to them. Don't blame me. I mean, there was just, and cops just get sarcastic like that. And I mean, somebody was going to sit here and go, man, that's why everybody hates cops. You guys are brutal. I don't think those guys were brutal or mean. It's just, look, you deal with things when you see it in a way that you have to deal with. I mean, you just can't break down and cry. I mean, women can break down and cry, and it's kind of okay, but somebody's got to do something, okay? So, you know, when bullets start flying, everybody just can't go, they're shooting at us, oh no, I don't want to be here, I want to be in my safe space. You just can't do that. I mean, women can do that, but if all the guys did that, who the hell would respond to the gunfire? So, Rick, there's women that, whatever. How many stories have I told where freaking women have left the scene? But, alright, anyway, this case, mark it down. I think the woman did a good job. I think she probably messed up the crime scene. I think if and when they caught the dude, which nobody really cares about. I mean, who cares? The person that shot him is a criminal. They were probably criminals. They were involved in drugs. They were doing some shit. This isn't like both people were in doctor school studying their books and suddenly somebody came in and shot up the freaking house and killed them both. I mean, that just doesn't happen in high doctor study neighborhoods. So, hey, I mean, you know, telling a story in a lighthearted way is one way, but I just don't like to think about that story or the bodies. Or I remember there was one other time we went in and some dude was shooting, and I forgot why we had to go. There was some ID, or we were checking for a tank. There was a dude that was shot with a couple different rounds, and my buddy was in there. He goes, dude, check this out. Little finger, 9 mil. He sticks it in the hole. He goes, thumb, 45. He was a 45 guy. I was a 45. Rick, that's that. Well, I mean, look, it's not like we do that all the time, but I mean, sometimes you just, whatever. It's called black humor. It's just off-the-wall humor. If you watch MASH, they joke around when people are dying and they're killing people and their bloods and their guts and they're making jokes. And it's a way to keep your sanity. I think it's a way of the subconscious to not get so traumatized that it locks you up and vaporizes you to where you can't act and you can't do anything, because you don't want to do that. And I mean, that's why a lot of people think guys are sick. That's why I don't have a problem when the guys were peeing on the guy they shot in Afghanistan, and everybody was all upset about it. The military guys, they peed on a man after he died. I don't give a shit. He tried to kill him. I'm glad they peed on him. I don't care if they took the shit on him. It doesn't matter. They tried to kill him. They tried to kill us. We killed them. Guess what? We win. Spoils to the victory. We win. Whatever. We get to go pee on him if we want to. I don't care. If somebody kills me and they want to come pee on me, dude, I don't care. You don't need to worry about getting sued, because I don't really care. Once I'm dead, if you pee on me or do whatever you got to do, knock yourself out. So, anyway, I digress. I don't know how the hell I got on that, but let me show you this where Moki's at, because that turned out pretty good. So I don't even know if y'all can see Moki over there. He's going to be pissed now. He goes, damn it, Dad, you called me over here, and now I come over to sleep. Hang on, Moki, I got to show him a little bit of the corner here. Here, we'll give you a little blankie. You're okay. I know. So I laid some vinegar on here, let it set overnight, came back, wiped it off, then took some steel wool and polished it. And then after I did all that, I cleaned it with some lacquer thinner, and then I put some of that wax on there. Man, it's nice and smooth. And that wax is supposed to stop the rusting. We'll see. I put it on there and we'll see how long it lasts. And that is the crazy cop story. Come and take it. And I think that's it for the projects today. I'll get you guys locked up with the project. You can see Mr. T out there. You'll see the horses. I just did a video of Mr. T. You see that white stuff on his ear? I put Desinex all over him because he was rubbing. And I'm going to post that video, I think, tomorrow on my horse channel. And anyway, everybody goes, Rick, what's your horse channel? Look, my horse channel is Think Like a Horse. And my website for my horse channel is thinklikeahorse.org. And the website for this and the gun channel is thinklikeacop.org, O-R-G. And all the stuff's free. Ain't no advertisements. Ain't no tracking. I ain't got no cookies. Ain't nothing. It's a website. You can go get information, share it, copy it, whatever. All right. Well, in that there, Buddy Matter Day, you're good boys. They're like, whatever, Dad.